Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GW E100, the Tier 10 German SPG. This one's on the north spawn of Tundra, and it's under the command of Captain Ashstorm. Well, armed with the 21cm howitzer, he's capable of doing 1100 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour. And he's loaded a couple of premium rounds just in case. You never know when the enemy wants to group together and you want to hit all of them at the same time. Well, reload time is quite long. It's about 35 seconds if I remember correctly, maybe slightly more than that, but don't quote me because I haven't got the clock here. The mod that will actually tell me exactly how long it is. As you can see, based on the E100 hull, it's quite a slow RT to move about, but not the slowest. That would definitely be the GW Tiger Porsche, which is by far the slowest of all. Now, he might have been spotted by that T92 just down the other end of the railway track, but I think he's got away with it. No sixth sense went off, and he's headed for the corner, I think. Or not. He's decided to park it here and do some damage to the enemy, aiming up on top of the hill. Oh yes, look at the trajectory of this shell. It's coming in quite high actually. You can see that he's looking down on some of these enemies. He's dialed in, ready to go. Rounds out the AMX 5100. Direct hit for 522. Now this replay actually took place in April of 2018, little more than 3 weeks from the date that the HD maps came out, so they were very new to us at this stage and we were all trying to get used to them. Captain Ashton backing up from his last shot to ensure that he doesn't get counter batteried, and he's now possibly looking to get a shot on the enemy heavies. Yes, he has got a shot on them, but he's not going to take that shot because back then there was such a thing as team damage, and therefore he's a bit cautious about firing and hitting his own teammates. He fires one in. Unfortunately, it stuns his own teammate, not the enemy. So instead, he's actually going ahead to shoot towards the hill again. Now, as many of you may know, Captain Ashstorm is currently in hospital. Yes, I'm afraid he caught COVID-19 whilst treating patients. Yes, he's a doctor, and he was helping other people who are suffering from COVID, and now he's caught it himself. I'm afraid it's very sad because a lot of medical personnel end up catching COVID whilst they're treating people. But he is in hospital. He's being looked after. His wife's a doctor as well. And he's also got a couple of boys, so I'm presuming he's hoping that he'll be able to get home soon and get on the computer so he can play World of Tanks again. We're covering most of his replays, the ones we had spare, the ones that are actually still sitting in the queue waiting to be done. He's almost loaded, and it looks to me like he's going to hit that T34. No, they've gone too close, so now the trajectory isn't just wrong and he won't be able to get a shot in. In fact, he's looking for targets and settled on the object 430, but he just can't get it lined up and dialed in. That's better. Rounds out. Oh, that one hit him for 329, but a VK4502B is getting rather close to him. Now up on top of the hill, there's 3 enemy tanks up there. One of them, the Conqueror, is actually using one of the wrecks as cover, and he's pushing the wreck forward. But all he's doing really is making himself a very slow moving target, and Captain Ashton will put a round into him. The VK has been killed, so he doesn't need to worry about him. Rounds out in the Conqueror. Oh, direct hit! Now I'm wondering actually, there was no sound from the actual explosion, so I'm wondering if he hit somebody else and somebody happened to be alongside that Conqueror, or if the shell hit the wall and the splash hit the Conqueror as well. Normally when a shell hits direct, you'll hear the sizzle as the shell goes off against the hull, and that's a fair indication that you did get a direct hit. He's ready to go again. Rounds out. Oh, he splashed him to death there. So that's his first kill. And the Object 257 took some damage as well. That AMX 5100 does not look very healthy. Battlestar Galactica. And there's somebody in our cap area at the moment. And it looks like Captain Ashtorm is going to be the one who has to get the reset, because the only two guys left on our team are up on the hill. So let's hope that he can get a reset by firing around where one of the enemy tanks is located. There's one in the cap. He's waiting for somebody on his team to spot the Conqueror and an E75 up on the hill. But the E75 is coming down from the hill. He just killed a 907. And the Conqueror is moving to a spot where he can spot and see where the enemy is. If he can't see them, it's a good bet that they'll be behind that rock. Oh no, we've lost the E75. So now it's just Captain Ashtorm and the Conqueror versus a VK4502, who I thought was actually killed, but he must have just gone straight past Captain Ashtorm and went over to the east side of the map. He fires around in, splashes his rear. The T-34 is the one in the cap, and he has been reset by the Conqueror, but I think Captain Ashtorm might be able to get a shot to get that guy taken out the game. It's not looking too good for them though. It's 2 against 3 at the moment. One of the enemy tanks is also a GWE-100. He's going to fire that round right into the back of the T-34. Here we go. Rounds out. Oh, splash kill! And that equalises the scores now. So 2 left on each side. Each side has a GWE-100. Of course, that VK4502B is coming up the hill. And Captain Ashtorm's gone to the overhead view because he knows that that's where the guy's going to appear from. And I think he's hoping that his teammate, the Conqueror, is going to spot him. And then he'll be able to hit them. Rounds out. Here we go. 285 hit points. And he's on the move because now he can. There's he doesn't want the enemy GWE-100 to find him, but he... Oh, he's now lost the Conqueror. Oh dear, now this is awkward. We know where the VK is, but Captain Ashtorm's only just loaded. Well, I think there's a fair bet that the enemy is going to go to the cap. Now, the view range of the Tier 10 Artys is about 350 meters. And so he hasn't got a very long view range, but he should be able to spot somebody if he can get close to the cap. Currently, he's about 250 meters, probably a bit more, from the cap area. So if the enemy, he's got the bush between him and the cap. If the enemy GWE-100 goes into the cap, he might be able to hit him and take him out with one shot. Nobody's capping yet. The only problem is, if it is the VK that goes into the cap and he fires, more than likely he's going to get spotted. So very tense at the moment. The other thing about playing Arty in this sort of situation is to watch for any sign that the enemy is entering the cap. Any trees that fall over, any scenery that gets destroyed. Wargaming put a lot of destructible scenery into the battles, simply so you could actually see where people were by what they were doing. And there is the GWE-100 on his way into the cap. Now he's got a partial reticule there, and he has been spotted. And I think it's the GWE-100 who actually did spot him, not the VK. He's trying to line up a shot on the guy. And he's gone behind that coal pit head. At least I think that's a coal pit head. Of course, the GWE-100 now doesn't want to go into the cap because he knows if he does, he's probably going to get shot at. And so I think what he'll do is he'll just sit there and wait for the VW. Oh, he doesn't. He's actually impatient. And Captain Ashstorm hasn't got a direct shot there because the scenery is in the way. So he's going to have to move. And, well, the best thing under these circumstances is get close to the enemy and shotgun them at close range. And I think the GWE-100's made a bit of a boo-boo here because he's not facing the right way. And Captain Ashstorm makes absolutely certain of it by wiping him out with the shotgun. And here comes the VK behind him. He obviously drove straight towards where Captain Ashstorm was located. And Captain Ashstorm's trying to get turned around and reloaded so he can kill this guy. Obviously he's trying to get behind the wreck and use the wreck for cover. He's locked on. Here we go. Would he stay there? Well, he's all but killed now. He's only got 11 hit points left. But he hasn't taken a shot at Captain Ashstorm. And I don't think he's got a clean shot. I think the wreck is actually protecting him. Can he do it? Oh, it'd be fantastic if he can. It'd be an impossible win considering they were 2 versus 3. And then it was 1 versus 2. And if he does this... Yes! He's done it! Arty wins again. And he does his victory dance. That was an incredible carry. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Oh, well, it's... come back. Where are you? There you go. I wonder where the screen gone for a second. He got a second class tanker in the GWE-100. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15. And he got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. But best of all, he won for his team. Arty carried his team at the end of the game. Let's have a look at the team score and see exactly how much hit points he did. He didn't get the highest in the game. That actually went to the Object 907 on the enemy team. Got 5,575 hit points and he picked up a high caliber. The next highest scorer was that Conqueror, the guy who got killed up on top of the hill. 4,453 hit points of damage to him. And then the Wizzy 111 Model 1.4, I think that is. No, it's a Model 5A. Actually did 4,114 hit points. And then we've got Captain Ashstorm with 3,334. When it came to kills though, he got the highest number with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the 257 and the GWE-100 on the enemy team, and then 907. God knows what that GWE-100 was thinking to do what he did. He really should have thought about just staying where he was, because as long as he stayed there, Captain Ashstorm couldn't kill him, and the VK was getting closer and closer to Captain Ashstorm as time was going, but he gave the game away. When it came to base XP, it was the Conqueror who did the best. 1,173 base experience points to him. 890 goes to Captain Ashstorm with the second highest score. And 889, just 1 XP less, goes to the Object 257. Captain Ashstorm fired 12 shots in that game. Got 5 direct hits and 5 penetrations on the enemy. Splash damage on 10. Damage of 3,334 hit points, of which 2,690 were up more than 300 meters. So you can know that the GWE-100 and the VK were the ones that he hit at close range. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4, did 1,315 hit points of damage assistance, or stun assistance rather I should say, off 10 stuns. And he managed to get 5 defense points by resetting the cap whilst the enemy was capping. On a premium account, he earned 60,042 credits, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, took away 15,082 credits profit. He received 1,335 XP, times 2 for the first victory, same again from personal reserves, and took away 4,005 experience points altogether. Fantastic game. As I said, unbelievable win, because you wouldn't have thought that a tier 10 Arty, a very slow tier 10 Arty, would win against another tier 10 Arty, and of course a heavy tank who was supporting him. But yeah, it happened on this occasion, and it's all down to Captain Ashstorm. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please, and thanks for watching.